Hi, Dr. Dawn. I think that it's really important for people to be psychologically educated, first of all, just because I think it makes people more empathetic to other people and realizing that, like, not everything is black and white, right or wrong. There's actually, like, legitimate, like, meaning as to why people feel the way that they feel psychologically. And I think it just makes you more, like, in tune with, like, other people and their personalities and why they are the way that they are. And I just always find psychology to be so interesting. So I'm a psychology major. I think it's also so rewarding to be able to help people in that way and help people understand that, like, everything that they're feeling is for a reason, like, and it's okay. Like, all of your emotions are there for a reason, and it's okay to feel those emotions and, like, make sure that they're heard. I think that that's really important. And for people being sexually educated, like, this class has really made me see that it's a bigger deal than, like, what people make it seem to be. Like, it's important to be sexually educated because there are so many, like, taboo things, like, with sex, and if you don't talk about it, like, how are you gonna know what you like? How are you gonna know what you don't like what your boundaries are, what somebody else's boundaries are, and how to listen and know what their boundaries are? I just think that it's super important because of that. And, like, doing this project and, like, having all these people, like, read, like, the titles of the videos and everything, it made me notice how uncomfortable some of them were for things that are so natural. And it just made me realize that, like, when presented with legitimate questions, like, face to face, some people just weren't thoughtful about them. They either were really interested or just didn't care and just thought it was more funny than serious. But yeah, so here are my people. Please state your name.
Delia Luna.
And who are you to me?
I'm your mom.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so question 1. What's the most important thing that you learned from Dr. Dawn's video?
Well, I feel the most important thing I learned was I didn't realize that knowledge, educating people, your kids, friends, anybody, that is what really helps our kids do things right when it comes to sex.
Good job. So now that you know this, what are you going to do with this information?
Well, I guess I'll share it with maybe my nieces growing up, because it's a little too late for me to share it with my daughter, or I'd probably share it with my nieces whenever they ask me questions.
Please state your name.
Nathan.
And what video did you choose to watch?
I chose the video about the clitoris.
Perfect. What is the most important thing that you learned in the video?
The most important thing I learned was that over 200 million women in the world have had clitorectomies.
Mm-hmm. And what are you going to do with this information?
I am going to help spread the knowledge that the clitoris is an important part of the woman's anatomy, used solely for pleasure, and it is not to be removed.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Go. Please state your name.
Ellie.
And who are you to me?
I'm your friend slash coworker.
Perfect. And what video did you watch?
The one about the clitoris.
Okay. And what did you find important or interesting about the video?
I thought it was interesting how media can exaggerate scientific knowledge and spin it to make a better story. Right?
Mm-hmm. And what are you going to do with that information now?
I'm going to tell all my guy friends.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Go. State your name.
Ruby Rivera.
And who are you to me?
You're my coworker.
Perfect. And what video did you watch?
I watched the single Married Myth.
Perfect. And what's the most important thing that you learned?
I learned that married couple apparently have more sex than single people.
Okay, and what are you gonna do with this information?
Promote single people to have more sex.
We love that. Perfect. What is your name?
Allison Pritchard.
And what is your relation to me?
Best friends.
Perfect. And what video did you watch?
I watched Truth or Myth. What is your gender? I'm also gonna subscribe.
Great. Okay. And what did you learn from the video?
I learned that a lot of people identify between the masculine and feminine scale, but that the older generations are more likely to identify as just masculine or just feminine.
Okay. And what are you going to do with this information?
I'm going to apply it to my everyday life, and I hope that it applies more because I feel like our older generation is already pretty strict about their just being masculine and just feminine. The end.
Thank you so much. Please state your name.
Taylor Sheffield.
And what video did you watch?
Sex, Marriage, and the Bible.
Okay. And what is your relationship to me?
Coworker.
Okay. Okay. And what's the most important information you learned from the video?
So I'm not really a religious person, but I did find it interesting that he talked about the different ways that marriage is talked about in the Bible, because the only one that I knew was that man, woman, and that was pretty much it. But he talked about all the different, like how they contradict each other, and how it doesn't just say just man and just woman. So yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting.
Awesome. And what are you gonna do with this information now?
Since I'm not a religious person, I probably won't go read the Bible. But I guess I won't, like, not that I judged people before, but like I'll try to be like more open-minded about the subject or situation.
Okay. Perfect. Now are we gonna subscribe to 5MI Weekly?
Oh yes.
Did you click it?
Yes.
Oh, it's loading.
Oh my gosh. What's wrong with it?
Okay, so you did. Good job. State your name.
Jonathan Sandoval,
And what is your relationship to me?
brother-in-law.
And what video did you watch?
I watched the video about anal intercourse.
Okay, and what's the most important thing you learned?
That there are common misconceptions about anal intercourse.
Okay, and what are you gonna do with this information now?
I'll put it in my pocket, and whenever I need it, I'll just go and get it out and, bust that statistic out. It's a good conversation starter. So, yeah.
Thank you so much. Go ahead. Perfect.
Hi, I'm Jocelyn Murillo. I'm Sarah's best friend. I watched Who's Most Likely to Sexually Abuse Our Children. The most important thing I learned is that it's not strangers who do it most, it's people we know. And what I'm gonna do with the information is just be more aware of my younger siblings surrounding.
Please state your name.
Gabriella Luna.
And what is your relationship to me?
Sister.
And what video did you watch?
Guaranteed orgasms.
Okay, and what did you learn from the video?
How to guarantee an orgasm with different methods.
And what are you gonna do with this information now?
I'm probably about a day away from giving birth. So I have no desire to use any of this information, but maybe after I'll revisit it.
Perfect. Now what are we gonna do now?
Subscribe.
Go ahead. Just click the subscribe button.